Hello, welcome back to Cult Movie Club. I've acquired another bag of VHS titles, mostly ex-rentals that have been passed on to me, that I in turn will mainly be passing on, but I thought it'd be cool to go through the bag. There's a couple of bits that recently that I've picked up along the way, things that I've found, but it's mostly things that have just been given to me in this bag, so I thought it'd be cool to go through the bag because there's some pretty old titles in here, some maybe forgotten gems, so let's not waste any more time. Let's get inside and see what's in it. There we go. Okay, so first title. So the top titles are sell-throughs, and then we'll get onto the ex-rentals shortly. So what is the first one? I've not had a look at these really. I think these still need a bit of a clean. So this is Airplane 2, the sequel. It's the original CIC video release by the looks of it. Can't see a year on here. Oh, 1982. So yeah, that's getting on a bit now. There we go. There's quite a bit of mould on that tape, but we'll see if we can get it clean, see what happens. So there's the first one. Next is the original release of Once Upon a Time in America, and this came out on Thorny EMI. So this is pre-cert as well, because that's a sticker that's been put on there. So that's pretty cool. It's also pretty old. That one's actually in pretty good condition. There's like someone's taped in a review from this tape from back in the day. That might be worth having a read of. So there's that. This is something I picked up. I saw this in the charity shop, and I didn't even know that this made its way to VHS. I thought it just came straight out on DVD, so I was quite surprised to see it. So I thought I'd pick it up. It was only 50p. It was Kill Bill Volume 1 on VHS. And it's in pretty good condition. I'm going to be keeping this one. This is for my collection. It does go for good money from what I've seen, but it's just too cool to be moving on. I'm going to be keeping that one for myself. So, as I am this one, it's Gremlins. So this is the original VHS sell-through tape from back in the day. I know this because I used to have one of these. I think it was the first video I ever owned, when I would have been about 5 or 6. 1985 release date. I think that also needs a bit of a clean, but that should come up okay. So yeah, that's another one for my collection. Here we've got another one that I saw. This is a US title. It's in the cardboard case. This is The Island of Dr. Moreau. This has come from Blockbuster from back in the day because it has the Blockbuster sticker on the tape, which is quite cool. So that's quite interesting. Again, saw that one pretty cheap. Right, I think we're on to the ex-rentals now. So we've got Alive, early 90s film. This has recently been remade a year or two ago. The title of the remake escapes me at this moment, but this is the original. So that's pretty cool. Stick that down there. And then we've got Groundhog Day, Bill Murray, classic movie, original ex-rental tape. I'm not sure what the condition of this is like. It looks like it's pretty good actually. It's pretty good. So that's a classic. That's good to have. These I'm pretty much going to be moving on because I can't keep everything. This is a film I saw at the cinema way back when. There's the Flintstones, the first one, John Goodman. So that's be good to have for a fan of that kind of thing. This is one I'm torn with keeping. Jumping Jack Flash, Whoopi Goldberg. I remember me and my mum and dad renting this back in the day, and I remember really enjoying it, and I think I did watch it. I caught it on TV about 10-15 years ago and enjoying it again. So I'm on the fence with this one. I'm really tempted to keep it, but we'll see. It needs a bit of a clean, but we should be alright with that. It's not too bad. This next is a Steve Martin title, Parenthood. It's a pretty good film, this actually. Early Keanu Reeves role as well. So this is pretty cool. I can't even get that open. That's a stiff box. Here we go. There's Parenthood. That's in good condition. And then we've got another Steve Martin title, one of his later better films, Bowfinger, co-starring Eddie Murphy. This is a pretty funny film. Saw this when it came out, again on VHS. So there we go. That's a good condition as well. So bonus, Steve Martin double bill there. Next we've got an old one. Warner Brothers release of Young Einstein. I don't think I've ever seen this film. Don't recall it if I have. Oh, yeah, not sure what year it is. Oh, can't quite see. Oh, hold on. 1989. I thought it was older than that. Slight clean on the tape. Oh, I should be okay with that. Next, Mortal Kombat. Did a remake of this film a couple of years ago. It was okay. This is one with Christopher Lambert in it, I think. So that's pretty cool. It's a good one to have. Not sure what the condition of this is. I've not looked at most of these. That's okay. That's pretty good. So move those along. Okay. Here we go. This is a very, very old one. Dark Crystal. Ex-rental, an original Columbia release, and it's also pre-cert. Because that's a sticker. So there we go. There's a bit of light damage. Well, quite a bit of light damage, but this is a very old tape, so I'll show you the tape. It's one of the old school tapes, that is. So it's a bit of a relic. Next, this is a title I will be keeping. This is a great Nick Cage film, an early one called Red Rock West. It's quite hard for me to say that. It all co-stars Dennis Hopper, Lara Flynn Boyle. I really enjoy this. It's got a bit of a David Lynch vibe to it. Not quite as out there as his films, but still really good. Highly recommend if you've not seen that. I do have that on Blu-ray. Good to have the VHS also. And another title I'm definitely keeping hold of is Knock Off, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme, which is an absolutely bonkers action film. One of the craziest action films possibly ever made. So getting out with this, Batman and Robin. There's 2 copies of this in this bag. So that's the first one. And then, yeah, there's another one. Exactly the same. And then we've got The Beach, Leonardo DiCaprio. It's a pretty good film. Danny Boyle directed this. Yeah, I didn't fancy it when it came out. I saw it years later and actually really enjoyed it. So it's that. Blue Steel with Jamie Lee Curtis. Never seen this. It's produced by Oliver Stone. I thought it was directed by Oliver Stone, but no, it's directed by Catherine Bigelow, who did The Hurt Locker and Point Break. So it's pretty good. I'll look at the tape, and the tape is okay. It's pretty good. I do fancy that film. I'm going to try and check that out. Next, we've got Ace Ventura, the sequel, When Nature Calls. Saw this at the cinema back in the day also. Not quite as good as the first one, but still got some really good funny moments in it. I think this was about 95, maybe. Is it 95? Yeah. Tapes from 96. That's a good one. Bit of a later one here. It's got the original X-Men. This was about 2000. So let's have a look at this one. Yes. No issues with that. Next up, we've got Stallone, and this is not one of Stallone's better films. It was when he was trying to break into comedy, trying to follow Schwarzenegger's suit, because he was doing Twins and stuff around this time. But Stallone's movies didn't really catch on. They weren't really that well made. Although this was directed by John Landis, but it's not great. It's not great. Next is another one that I'm half and half on. Although I'm going to move this one on. I just like the Guild X-Rental boxes. I think they're really nice. But this is National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1, which was kind of the Mickey take of Lethal Weapon. Samuel Jackson before he was Samuel Jackson. So that's pretty cool. Is that Tim Curry? Tim Curry glamming it up as usual there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a film I wanted to see back in the day when I was a kid, but saw a lot later on VHS. Gattaca is another one. Ethan Hawke, Uma Thurman and Jude Law. This is a really good film. If I remember correctly, this has got a reversible sleeve. So yeah, it's got the actual original sleeve underneath, which is much nicer than whatever's on the front of this tape. That just looks a bit ropey. That doesn't even look like Ethan Hawke. Oh, what's going on there? Next one is The Firm, Tom Cruise. I've actually not seen this film. It's a Tom Cruise title I haven't seen. Directed by Sidney Pollack. I've heard it's good. It's, again, we'll have to catch that at some point. Coming to the last few now. Hannibal, Anthony Hopkins. So that was directed by Ridley Scott, who's just done Gladiator 2, which is actually okay. Tape seems okay. Nowhere near as good as Silence of the Lambs, but not too bad. This might be interesting to some. Power Rangers, the movie, ex-rental. This is the 90s version. I think this was without looking, I'm going to say about 95. Yeah, I was right, 95. So, not really my thing. I was a bit old for it, but I'm sure it will be to someone. I'm not sure what condition it's. So, slight bit of cleaning needed there, but that'll definitely come up. That should be fine. And the last one is Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder comedy, which I've actually not heard of. God, Another You. I've seen Speak No Evil, Hear No Evil, and Stir Crazy, but I've not seen this one. I don't think. If I have, I don't remember it. So, interesting. And that's it. So some pretty cool titles there. At some point I will be moving all these titles on, like the previous VHS video I did. When I've decided what I'm doing with those, likely probably eBay, I'll stick some links on just in case anyone is interested in any of this stuff. So that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.